lost their lives in senseless acts of violence and criminality, which have thus far gone virtually unchecked by the South African authorities. In a country in which Afrikaners make up less than 10% of the population, the commonality of these attacks can no longer be attributed to pure coincidence or a few rotten individuals. Rather, they are indicative of two things. Firstly, they further shed light on the already blatant extent of the ineptitude, disorganization, and corruption which has been allowed to prevail within that country over the past 2 decades. It shows how a state, once praised by the Western media for its potential, is no longer capable nor willing to enforce the rule of law across its country, and has instead become content with mediocrity and lawlessness. Secondly, these attacks are representative of the total disdain for the Afrikaner people, their culture, and their way of life exhibited by the South African government and its neoliberal backers. Each day, it becomes ever clearer that the state and the ruling ANC party do not operate on the principles of justice and equality they claim to adhere to in the years following apartheid. Indeed, how can a party now run by Cyril Ramaphosa, a man who showed absolutely no qualm in betraying his trade unionist principles to fire at his own people in the name of external financial interest, and which included total deplorables such as now EFF leader Julius Malema, claim such a thing? These murders and attacks are the direct consequence of a tacit yet concerted effort to quell and eventually outright remove a group deemed to be undesirable due to their unwillingness to cooperate with the new order in South Africa and the resultant process of economic liberalization, cultural anglicization, and neocolonialism. Each day, the Afrikaans language is gradually phased out of education and the media and replaced with English, while symbols of nationhood and identity are censored or destroyed and replaced entirely. More insidiously, victims of these attacks are constantly subjected to a process of selective justice by the judiciary, state-sanctioned discrimination, and outright silence from biased broadcasting institutions. Has already been elaborated on in horrid detail by the speakers gathered here today previously. This demonstration is not a call for a return to apartheid, nor is it a call for external intervention. I myself come from a former colonized country and fully understand the difficulties a new state may face in its formative years and in its process to formulate a sense of nationality and identity. However, we cannot sit idly by and watch as a people and a culture with deep connections to the country are sacrificed on the altar of corruption and false vengeance. We therefore call on both the South African government and the international community to recognize the strife faced by the Afrikaner people, to end this discrimination, to protect their communities, and to give them the rights and decency they are entitled to as equal citizens within a just society. Thank you.